my lovelies, we are back to do another super easy but super cute Halloween tutorial. You can probably guess by my ears what we're doing. But we're gonna go ahead and put on some tape because I want a really sharp wing today. And then I'm going to go ahead and start by prepping my lid with some concealer, and I'm just blending that out with a beauty blender. I just want the lid to be really kind of bright and clean so that the wing stands out really well. I'm going to go ahead and set the concealer down. I'm just blending it out with the beauty blender right before I do that so that there's no creasing. And then I'm going to be using kind of a brown, a peachy shade, and then a white shade for highlight. Starting with the brown shade, we're going to run through our crease with a really fluffy brush, all the way from outer corner to inner corner. And this is just to add some dimension to the eye. And then once that's all blended through, I'm going to take that peachy shimmer shade on my finger and just really blend that into the lid. I don't want it to be like really dry and powdery on the lid because I want our liner to go on really smooth. So I'm just pushing it in really well. And then once it's all blended out, I'm going to go in with just a little bit more of that brown shade back on our fluffy brush and just blend that through the crease once more. Then we're going to jump into liner, and I'm using the Ipsy Betty Boop liner, and I was so surprised. It's so pigmented, and so it's like a really nice consistency. It just goes on really nice and smooth and pigmented. And I am just starting with kind of a normal size wing today, and then once I kind of have that initial shape, I am going to go ahead and go from the inner corner out. And then once we have kind of our basic liner on, you could totally leave it here if you don't want to do false lashes. The pair I'm using today is really big, so I wanted my liner to also be really nice and big and dramatic to go with those. So I'm just going to build that liner up a little bit more. And then once it's to the point I want it, we're going to go ahead and peel off our tape. And then I'm just going to go ahead and pop on some face makeup. Just use whatever works for you, whatever's going to last a long time. And we're looking a little flat, so we're going to go ahead and contour. And I'm starting with more of a fluffy brush. And I'm just doing this, of course, under my cheekbones. I'm going to take it across the top of my forehead as well as my temples. And this is just to bring, like I said, some shape and color back to the face so it's not so flat. And then once that's down, I'm actually going to go in with a smaller, more defined brush. And I'm really going to go over that contour a little bit more so that it's really sharp and makes our cheekbones look nice and high. And then on that same brush, I'm going to go ahead and just lightly bronze my nose. I'm not doing anything super defined. I just want to bring a little bit of that warmth to the center of the face. I'm going to go ahead and pop on my eyebrows and a little bit of brow gel to keep them in place. And then I'm going to throw on this really light pinky blush. And just apply your blush however you normally do. You don't have to do any special shape or anything. And then I'm going to go back to this highlight shade. And this is a gorgeous white shade, but it reflects gold. And it actually looked super pretty with the peach shade we put all over the lid. It's a Colourpop shadow. I'll put everything I'm using down below, but I don't remember what it's called. And I'm just taking this on a very small brush on my inner corners. Then I'm going to put some on my brow bone as well, but I'm going to blend it with my finger just a little bit because I don't want that strong gold reflect on the brows. Then we're going to go ahead and highlight the face, and for this I recommend putting on highlighter until you think you have just a little too much, and then add a little bit more. I definitely went a little heavy on the highlight for this look, but I think it ends up looking super pretty. And then I'm going to run some down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to go ahead and skip the Cupid's bow today because we're going to do some things down there, but I am going to add a little bit to my chin and my forehead. We're going to jump back and finish up the eyes now. I'm going to take that same liquid liner and just pull it to a very fine point in the inner corner, and then just down across kind of that very inner waterline area. And this is just going to help our eyes look really nice and angular and sharp and feline. And so we're also going to take just a little bit of gel liner and run that all the way through the waterline from the outer corner all the way meeting up to that line we made in the inner corner. And I prefer gel eyeliner in the waterline because it really doesn't go anywhere. And then I do recommend doing your tight line as well. My eyes really hate it, so what I usually do is just kind of fill in the very outer corner and then the very inner corner, because you can usually see those places just like looking at you normally. And then we're going to pop on these big beautiful lashes, and then we're going to go back to actually working on some cat features. I jumped to a different liquid liner. This is the Colourpop one. It isn't quite as like pigmented as the other one, and I'm just using this to draw like a rough shape of the nose. So just a little upside down triangle on the tip of the nose is what we're going for, and just try and get it as even as possible. And then I'm going to jump back to my gel eyeliner to fill it in. And I did this because it's going to last a lot longer on my nose, and it also takes less product to fill it in than my liquid eyeliner would have. So we're just going to fill that in and try and get it as symmetrical as possible. Then I'm going to work on kind of the mouth area. So I'm going to draw a line from the tip of the bottom of our nose to the center of my Cupid's bow. And then jumping back to the gel liner, I am going to just make a line across the top of my whole upper lip. And you can see that I did adjust my line coming down from my nose just so it hit in the center, so you can mess with that a little if you need to. Now we're going to work on whiskers. I ended up doing 3 each side, and I did kind of varying lengths, and I started with kind of a more straight line to a more curved line as I went. And my eyeliner does me so dirty right here, like, oh my gosh. I was so upset. Just try and get your whiskers as symmetrical as possible. Mine are not, but you know, you can't really tell, so we're good. And then cats usually have like little kind of freckles around their nose area. So I'm just using an end of a brush dipped in the gel liner to get nice little circles. So we're just going to dot some of those on. And then I wanted to do a red lip with this. And so I went ahead and applied it. And then I was going to like smudge my lips together to get kind of an ombre effect with the black gel liner. But really it did not work out. So I recommend just blending your top lip with your finger. So apply the lipstick, blend it really well until it gets to that effect you want, and then put the lipstick on your bottom lip, and don't smudge your lips together. It's not worth it. It just makes a mess. But yeah, that is going to do it for the makeup today. Other than my whiskers, it turned out pretty well. I think the lashes and the liner look super cute. For your outfit, I just recommend putting on something cute that matches the color of your ears, and boom, you're a cute little kitty cat. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'm super happy with how this turned out, and I love doing the Halloween looks. It's nice to be a little bit more creative than I normally am. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you go, and also hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever I post a new video. And I'll see you guys all in my next one.